In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to place an order in AccuLeads, whether you're using a current count or accessing one from your history. So we're going to start on the home page and go to My History and go to My Counts. So from here, you can either go right to the cart, or if you are in a count, you can go right to order, so that you would select the order tab in the left corner. And so this is the screen that would show whether you hit the cart or right from the order screen in the count. So you will decide whether you would like all records, you'd like to add records from a previous count, you would like a stop count. This would pull the first however many amount of records you want. This is a best practice if you are running a radius count. For example, if the original count if you pulled out 10 miles, but it gave you over 15K records and you only want 10K of those, this is where you want the closest 10,000 records. For a count like this, where we're using, this count includes zip codes, a global nth would definitely be best practice. This would choose a random selection of records. So this came out to 3199, but I only want 3,000 random records. That is where I would put that. It's your choice which one you want, but those are best practices. And then restrict by report fields, we can click this little I, and but this would allow you to restrict your count by the geography or the demographics. You can restrict by age, income, whatever demographics you selected, but I'm just going to keep it to include all. This is where you would decide whether you wanted your list for single usage or multiple up to 1 year usage, and then you can include your mailer name if you'd like. Then select next. This is where you get to choose the format of your file output. You can choose these options. Best practice is to leave it the default, the CSV with the header row. Up here, it also has your estimated costs, and then estimated invoice is right here as well. And it'll load as a pop-up. It shows you the charges. And then for the casing, you can do all upper casing or upper lower casing on your file, and then however you would like it compressed. So let's keep it to a zip format. And this is where you get to choose which demographics you would like output. And so these ones are pretty standard up here. Down here is when we get to the demographics that were included in the count. So I had age and income included. So this looks good. It has everything that I initially asked for. If you would like to add more, you can go down here and select it. Like if you wanted all net worth to be outputted, you would select that there. Some records may not be coded for net worth. And so if you ran it in your count, it would eliminate records that did not have a net worth code. But for here, it would output any record with the net worth. And you can do that with any other select that is in the database. So since that all looks good to me, I'm going to select next. And this is the payment page. This is what your email is going to look like. Just make sure it is addressed to the correct email. You're going to get 2 emails, a thank you for your AccuLeads order, and then an email when your order is ready. This is when you would submit your PO. I'm just going to put AccuLeads Academy. And then make sure to check off I've read and accept the terms. And then you would select place order. And then this is the page that it would take you to. See, it has your order number and then your PO and then the total. Gives you some options for the next screen. You can go to My Orders, Start New Count, or you could go to My History and go to My Orders. So it'll take a few minutes to load. It looks like this one loaded pretty quickly. This is where you kind of get the overview of your order. And then this is the download of your complete order. And then you just select that and it'll download as a kind of zip drive. And then all of these files would be output. This one is your order file. And then these are just some, this is the CAS and COA. This is the data dictionary, which shows you what each column header means. Some of them are not very obvious when you're looking at it at first glance. So age band would be the individual 2-year age bands. Birth month is MOB. And then it outputs as numbers rather than the actual months. So that would be MOB 1 for their birth month is January. This just kind of gives an overview of every single select and how it would look on your file. And then you go ahead and go through the file just to double check that everything looks good. And then you're all set. You've successfully placed an order with AccuLeads. Your targeted list is now ready to help you connect with the right audience. For more tutorials and support, make sure to check out our other videos. We have a brief overview of how to run an account and then some other specific videos, such as how to run a suppression file and how to use the mapping tool.